and welcome to the third intermediate grade class. Semester first subject English Super Goal 5. Listen, Unit 6, do you know where it is? Listen and discuss grammar. This lesson prepared and will be presented by Amal Muhammad Falata. Today we will talk about towns. Practice listening. Choose the correct answer. Write sentences using as from indirect questions. That's why we have here 4 different places. Through listening to the tasks, we want you to name and to guess where are those
Do you know where this place is? Look at each photo. Read the text and guess the name of the city or country. In what ways is it similar to or different from where you live?
A. The public transportation system is the most efficient in the world. The bullet trains can travel at 186 miles, 300 kilometers, per hour, and are extremely punctual. Fares for the express trains are as expensive as airplane fares, but overall, the time required for the train trip is usually shorter, since there is no need to travel to an airport.
B. The city is known to be one of the safest cities in the world. The overall crime rate is roughly the same as that of Singapore, but lower than that of Tokyo, Toronto, and many other large cities.
C. It is home to one of the oldest universities in the world and one of the largest. Nowadays, the town isn't as quiet as it used to be, but the quality of life is still just as good. There are lots of green areas, and a quarter of the population cycles around the town, over the bridges, through the parks, and along the narrow streets.
D. Surveys show that the city has the worst traffic in the world. It is worse than Sao Paulo, Brazil. The average commuter spends 4 hours in traffic per day. There are approximately 6 million cars, taxis, buses, and other vehicles carrying 22 million people.
Now we want to guess what the name of each place. Number 1, have a look. What is this? This is Japan. Number 2, where is this place which is known with those many buildings? This is Hong Kong. Here, there is this place. There is an old university. Where is it? This is Cambridge, which is where in England? Where? What's the flag? Look at the flag and you're going to know which is the name. This is Mexico. Okay? Now we want you to name the places. Okay? Number 1. This place does not have a lot of crimes. They said that in this place, they don't have a lot of crimes. Where is this place? Hong Kong. Great. It takes a long time to get to school or work in this place. The place is so crowded. Okay, it takes from you a long time to go. Where is it? Mexico City. It's easy to travel between cities in this place. It's so easy for you to move from this city to another city. Where is this place? This is where? Japan. Now we want you to put true for the true sentence and false for the false one. Number 1. In Japan, trains are less expensive than planes. Is it true or false? Let us see. False. Great. Number 2. The trains in Japan travel at speed faster than sound. Oh my God. Okay, also it is false. The crime rate in Hong Kong is as low as that of Singapore. It's true. Great. Cambridge has a lot of green area. Okay, but noise is a problem. See? False. Excellent. The traffic in Mexico City is much worse than in Singapore. It is true. Here, grammar. Our grammar today is going to be about comparative, superlative. Whenever you hear the word comparative and superlative, you know that we're going to use adjectives. For the adjectives, we have different kind of adjectives. We have short adjective like tall, short, nice, big, hot, funny. And long adjective like expensive and interesting. And we have something we call it irregular adjectives like good, bad, many, much, far. If you are going to compare between two things or two persons or two places using a short adjective, you're going to add for the adjective er. If it is a long adjective, you're going to add before the adjective more and after the adjective than. But if it is an irregular adjective, it means that you're going to change the spelling for this adjective. Here I have good is going to become better. Bad is going to be worse. Many is going to be more. Much is going to be also more. Far is going to be farther. The superlative form, when you compare between more than two, maybe three, maybe four, maybe five, maybe six, more than two, directly you are going to use the superlative form. And if you use the superlative form using a short adjective, it means that before the adjective you are going to put the, and for the adjective you are going to add est. In the other hand, if it is a long adjective, you're going to add before the adjective the and most. But if it is an irregular adjective, it means that you are going to add also the, but here good is going to be best, bad is going to be worst, many is going to be most, much is going to be most, far is going to be farthest. So, when you describe one person, you are going to use the main adjective. When you just compare it with another person, two person or two things or two places, you're going to use the comparative form. If it is more than two, directly you are going to use the superlative form. I hope that you got the idea. Now we come and we apply what we have learned. The downtown area is usually than the suburb. Here you have the adjective noise. It's ending with Y and it is between two. It will mean that you are going to add ER. And if you have Y at the end of any adjective and before the Y, no vowel, it means that this Y we are going to change it to I and then we add the ER. So you're going to write it like this. Noisier, so the Y I change it to I and then I add the ER. Here I have good and I have that, so the hospital in the city are usually than the ones in the country. So it means here between two places, so you're gonna write it better. Frequent is gonna become less frequent or more frequent is the same. Here clean, yes, because they said in the country, okay? And here more crowded because they are comparing between two places or two things. There we said that if we're gonna compare between two things, whether they are more or less, and if it is more than two, we're gonna use the superlative form. Here, whenever you are comparing two things and they are the same, no different between them. So what you are going to use, in this case, I'm going to use as. So here they said, the flash computer is fast. The XYZ model is just as fast. So both of them, they are fast and they have the same fastness. So what you are going to write, what you are going to say, you're going to say that the XYZ model is as fast as the flash computer. No different between them. Number 2, Majid is a smart young man, and so is his brother Nasir. So both of them, Majid and Nasir, both of them, they are smart. So no different between them. That's why I'm gonna say Majid is as smart as his brother Nasser. Number 3, the red car is expensive. The blue car is less expensive. So what am I gonna say? Gonna say the blue car isn't as expensive as the red car. So the difference is so slight between them. That's why. Number 4, Roma is an amazing city, and so is Paris. So both of them they are the same. Thus I'm gonna say Paris is as amazing as Roma. Now, also we are still with the grammar. Make the indirect questions. Sometimes you want to ask a question, but you don't want to ask it just like this. So you have to use the indirect questions. What does it mean? It means that we are gonna use whether do you know or could you tell me? Here when I say, where is the main post office? Okay, I can ask it in another way by saying, do you know where the main post office is? Okay, this is another way, a polite way, that if you ask a person in this way, he is gonna answer you directly. Number 2, if I say, how often do the buses come? In another way, I'm gonna say, could you tell me how often the buses come? Okay. Number 3, what time does the bank open? I'm gonna say, do you know what time the bank opens? Because here you have does, so does, we are not gonna write it again, you have just to add s. And here you have do, I'm not gonna write do, I'm just gonna put the verb like it is. And here I have the helping verb is, so it's gonna come at the end. I hope that you understand it. Today we talk about hometowns, we practice listening, we choose the correct answer. Also, we write sentences using as, and we form indirect questions. Those are our references: student book, teacher book, Einbord, and Tatweer.com. And if you have any questions and you want to keep in contact with us, you can keep contact with us